Well, good morning, everyone. David Cook, D'Franco Painting and Wallpaper. And so today we are engineering a room, and we are engineering for wallpaper. So the paper for this room is a Bradbury and Bradbury. So the paper is this up here. It's from California. That is actually a border, and that's the paper. So the customer's putting the crown molding in, and then he's going to come down 16 inches, put a piece of decorative trim there, and then we're going to come down 80 inches, and then there'll be a 6-inch piece of trim that goes there. So we need to figure out how much paper goes on all this wall space. So looked at the instructions that they sent with the samples, so we can kind of, well, that's really weird. There we go. So the Persian ceiling is what he's getting. So that's sold by the single roll, 30-foot roll, 27 by 15 with a 6-inch repeat. And then he's getting the border, which is sold by the yard. So I just went around, measured every space that we had, and I converted everything to inches, so we knew how many inches it was. So for the border, the whole thing comes out to 82 inches divided by 3, and we get 31 yards is what he's going to need to order. And then for the exterior itself, we're figuring this because he's got 6-inch crown, 16-inch border, 1-inch trim. The wall space is 80 inches, and there's a 6-inch base. So we need 80 inches of wallpaper plus a 6-inch repeat, so 86 inches. The paper is 27 inches wide, and a single roll is 15 feet long, which 180 inches. We need 80. We're only going to get 2 rolls, 2 drops out of every roll. So now we come to figure out what the perimeter is, which is 884 wall space divided by 27 inches wide, gives us 33 drops, which is 16 point whatever, which is 17, and we're going to add 1 just in case there's an issue with the wallpaper, which means 18 drops. So he's going to need 31 yards of the border and 18 drops for us to do this install of this Bradbury. So that is how we came up with engineering on this one. If you got other questions on how to engineer your room and how much wallpaper, give us a call. Love to see how we can help you love the space you're in with wallpaper painting and cabinet refinishing. You guys have a great day, and God bless. Hey, everybody, Dave Cook, D'Franco Painting and Wallpaper. Just doing a quick video because we're hanging some Bradbury and Bradbury on some walls, and so we're doing a quick video because the instructions are you have to paste this or get it wet, set it in a bag for 10 to 15 minutes. So there is why it has to sit so long. Apparently, this is a clay faced material. So that is this top one. We never put anything on there. The bottom one where it had the water, and that's the difference of how much that stuff grew. I cut it from the same piece. So it's almost 3/8 of an inch that stuff grows. So it's pretty crazy. So when it says the paste, let it book, make sure you let it book. Hey everyone, Dave Cook, D'Franco Painting and Wallpaper. I'm here on a job site with Chadwick. So we are installing a Bradbury and Bradbury wallpaper. It's very time consuming, tedious, and expensive paper to use. Not as bad as silk, but it's expensive and it's time consuming. So we started with walls, you can see hanging lining paper. So lining paper goes up first. That way it grabs, it helps with absorption of paste, helps with contraction and expansion. It just kind of sets everything in place. We did this wall where we installed the border and we hung these pieces. We just got done hanging this border, and then Chad's gonna hang these pieces. He's got a couple of them. He'll probably go to lunch, then he'll finish hanging that and then come back to the other side. Paper's interesting. It's clay coated paper, and I did a time lapse so you can see the expansion of this stuff. This one, there's a defect on the paper, but you can see the water on here. It's been sitting, it's still kind of wet. Because once we got it on there, we saw the defect like right in the middle. So I can't use the piece. So we'll use it for up to there and then behind there for headers, but you can see how much this paper crinkles because it's expanding. And then the time lapse we did, it expanded almost 3/8 of an inch. And it took 10 minutes for that to happen. So you have to be really patient with this paper. Once you get the adhesive and get it wet, you put it in a plastic bag and then you're just letting it sit. And it sits for 10 to 15 minutes before it's fully expanded. You want it to make sure it's absorbing all the moisture. So when you put it on the wall, you're not trying to get these crinkles out on the wall. You want it completely expanded the way it's gonna go. We used dynamite, it was like dynamite clay is what we used. That's what they had at JC Licht. And I can't use Roman because it's got some kind of mold stuff in there and just kind of turns my hands red, so we don't use it. Pre-trim everything, so all the paper when it comes, you have to pre-trim the sides, which is fun. Each side, it's just you have to pre-trim it to get to the length and width, or the width that you're looking for, and then we pre-cut all of our pieces before we installed them to the height that we're putting on. Actually, the paper, once we let it book, we made the mistake of one of these first pieces. We didn't let it book long enough, and we had issues with it wanting a wrinkle and places where it could have creased. So we let it soak a little bit longer, and this stuff went up fine. So the longest thing is cutting the pieces, letting it sit for the time it needs to expand. And once you do that, it's actually not too bad of a paper to use. Again, it's just tedious, time consuming, and it's gonna take you 3 times as long as traditional paper. So if you're getting someone to install it, expect the price to be double, if not more. The paper itself is a long lead time to get, and then the time to do it is a long time. So normally we're pasting. This one has been done, pretty much done already. And then we did one wall with 2 of us here this morning. So it takes a while. If you got questions on this paper or other wallpaper, give us a call. Love to see how we can help you love the space you're in with painting, wallpaper, and cabinet refinishing. You guys have a great day and God bless.